Hey, second grade. So here we go. This is what we're going to be doing for our remote learning project. We are going to go to a website called flipanim.com, and you have been working on making animations in FutureMinds for second grade. And so we're going to continue to sort of work with that online. You should be able to get to this website with your phone, with a tablet, with a computer. I'm on a computer right now, so that's sort of how you're going to be seeing mine. Basically, you've got your trash can. If you end up hating your project, you can get rid of it here. Add a page, copy a page, delete a page, save your project and publish it. Go back a page, go forward a page. This will undo your last thing. This is going to let you open up some different drawing tools. This is going to let you get some different settings for your project, and this is going to let you play your project. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to create a little stick figure and animate that stick figure. I'm not going to draw very well, but you'll get the idea. So here we go. I'm going to draw a face just kind of like this. And then what I'm going to do is draw the body and the arms and the legs. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get my stick figure to wave a little bit. So I'm going to add a blank page, and you'll see the onion skinning of what my previous page was so that I can try to copy this as best I can. It's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be okay. So I'm going to try to click on this circle and make it about the same size, click on the body in about the same place, click on the legs in about the same place, put this arm in about the same place, but I'm going to move this arm and I'm just going to have it raised up just a little bit like that. And then I'm going to add a new page, same kind of thing. I'm going to try to draw that circle the same size. I'm going to try to draw the body in the same place, the leg in the same place, this arm in the same place, but I'm going to bring this arm just up a little bit more. Add another page, draw my face. That wasn't very good, was it? But that's okay. And then I'm going to kind of do this and bring this arm down, bring this arm up a little bit more, add another page, and you can kind of see what's going on here. I am kind of creating this animation of my person raising his arm like that. And then if I wanted to test it out, I could click on play, and I can see there's my animation of my person waving or raising his hand. I can speed it up a little bit by going here, and now that animation is going to go a little bit faster. I could also go into the settings, and I can change my animation here, and I can click and make that go faster. Okay, so basically that's the first kind of animation. It's just something basic and simple like that. But let's say that I wanted to make an animation where I had a background, and the background was always the same, and I didn't want to have to redraw it every single time. What I could do is this. So I'm just going to delete this particular animation and start fresh. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a straight line all the way across like this. And then I'm going to draw a tree kind of like this. And then I'm going to kind of do this and add the leaves like this. So not the best tree in the world, but I can come in here to my flood fill, which is this paint bucket right here, and change my color to green, and I can try to flood fill. Uh-oh, I've got a gap up there, so that's why it flood filled all in over there. So I'm going to undo that last thing I did, and I got to go back to my pencil and back to that black color, and I need to just fill in right here so that I don't have this gap. So I'm going to draw this in just like that. And I think that's where that gap was. So let's try the flood fill again and see if this works any better. So I'm going to go to my paint bucket, and I'm going to go to the color green, click on there. I still have a gap somewhere, so I'm not quite sure where that is. But anyway, let's just see if I can flood fill this tree. So I can flood fill that tree there. So, you know, the other thing that I could do is I could just go and, you know, grab a paint bucket or a paintbrush and go to my green. I can start to fill this in. I can make the brush size a little bit bigger so that I can kind of fill in like this, right? So even though this isn't going to be perfect, it's going to be good enough for what we're trying to demonstrate. So I'm going to just kind of do this. Okay, so there is my lovely tree. Okay. And so now what I want to do, oh, that's interesting. I didn't realize it would do that. Well, that's fun. So now what I want to do is I want to animate a ball that's going to bounce up and down over here. But I don't want to have to keep redrawing this whole background every single time. So instead of what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a couple of copies of this like this, right? So now you can see I've got 5 different pages, and I can go back to my first page, okay? Or I can just click directly on the page that I want to go to. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my tools and I'm going to grab my pencil and I'm going to change the color to, say, this red. And I'm just going to draw, and actually what I want to do is I want to make my size thinner too. And I'm going to just draw a circle just like this. Okay? So I'm going to do that. And if I wanted to, I could flood fill it red. Maybe I'll do that later. But now I'm going to go to the next page and I can see my onion skinning right there. So I'm going to go ahead and draw my ball just a little bit lower. And then I'm going to draw my ball a little bit lower. And then I'm going to draw my ball a little bit lower. But notice that I'm almost at the last page here. And if I were to go and draw on page 5, I'm either done with my animation or I'd have to copy more pages. But I don't want to copy more pages with a ball in it. So I'm just going to go to this page 5 and I'm going to add a bunch more in just like that, just to get ready. And I can see that this is the last frame that had my ball. So I'll go to this frame right here. And I'm going to go ahead and draw my ball down here. Go to my next frame. Draw my ball down here. Go to my next frame. Draw my ball down here. Go to my next frame. Smush my ball out like that to make it look like it's bouncing. Go to my next frame. Bring the ball back up like this. Next frame. Bring the ball back up. Next frame. Bring the ball back up. Next frame. Bring the ball back up. Next frame. And bring the ball back up. And now when I play my animation, I can see that the background stays the exact same, but my ball's going up and bouncing around a little bit. If I wanted to, I could go into my settings. I could make my animation play a little bit faster. I could also go back to my first frame, and I could grab my paint bucket tool, and I could start to fill this ball in. So if I wanted to fill that one in, fill that one in, fill that one in, and some of these balls might have a gap, so I might have to fix some of them. We'll just have to kind of see. See, that one's got a gap. That's no good. So I got to go back to my drawing tool, and I have to close this gap out, kind of like that. And then I could go back to my paint bucket, fill that in. Oh, it still has a gap. Let's skip that one for right now. That one, all right, and that one, 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 and now I've got it. So I've got that, just that one area where I've got a mistake, and I could go back into that frame and fix it, but that's basically what my animation is going to look like. All right. If I like it, I can click on the save. I can give it a title, you know, bouncing ball. I'm not going to put my name in there, so I'm just going to leave that blank. I can make this animation public, and I can click on upload, okay? Say that I'm not a robot, and click on upload again. And then if you really like it, you can go ahead and copy the web address up at the top of the page, and you can email that to me so that I can see the animation that you made. All right, well, everybody stay healthy and safe, and hopefully we'll see you all in a couple of weeks.